Hello everybody, Wee Rabbit here, and welcome to Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes, the recap episode. If you guys watched the finale for No More Heroes 2 Desperate Struggle, I said that before we move on to the third game, we were just going to do a quick recap of this title, because though a lot of stuff happens, at the same time, I feel like playing through it, it's just very different, and it's kind of a self-contained story apart from some things like near the end. So I thought that instead, let's just do like a quick recap episode, catch everybody up, look at the content that will actually connect to the next game, and then we'll, just jump over the next game, and hopefully that'll be good enough. All right. So with me, as always, is Terrific. Hello, Terrific. Thank you for being here.
Yo, what is going on, people? It's your boy Young Bad Luck, because apparently every series that I do with this guy, something happens during it. And it's
Wait, has that always happened?
Actually, don't know. I'm just memeing, but
because I know Catherine was a bit tough because it was the beginning. We didn't really know how to process the audio. But then I think after that, it was okay until this one, I think.
Listen, let me have my moment.
Okay, you're bad luck, right? Does that make you feel better?
Thank you. Yes, jeez.
You're a curse upon this land. We should remove you, jeez. Oh, boy. Okay, so real quick, like I said, this game is very interesting. Basically, after the second game, there hadn't been a game in a while. I think the second game came out like in 2009, and we didn't have like anything for like the longest time, right? Hopefully I got those dates right. And then out of nowhere, like 10 years later, I think this came out in 2019, we finally got this spin-off for the Switch. And people didn't know what to think about it because this takes place, I want to say it's like 7 years after the second game. And basically the plot is that Travis just ran away to the countryside. He's living in this trailer where he's gaming all day. And suddenly this mysterious man shows up. And his name is Badman. And the whole thing with Badman is that, in the first game, people had theorized that Dr. Peace might have been Bad Girl's father because of, he mentions like a daughter and being estranged from her. He meant, it's interesting how they both are in the same like level. He's on the field. She's like in the underground. So a lot of people thought that maybe Dr. Peace was Bad Girl's dad. That is until we get this title where we get this guy drinking beer and he reveals that no, he is Bad Girl's father and he wants revenge on Travis because of how Travis killed his daughter. And he reveals that Bad Girl's original name was Charlotte Birkin. And we see her, there's like a picture he has on his dashboard. She's young. She wasn't a killer yet, etc. So basically what happens in this game is that Travis has this device over here. And it's like this weird curse thing called the Death Drive Mark II. And basically you have these little game cartridges. They're little circles. Actually, let me enter it real quick so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, these little orbs that look like eyeballs. And when you play these games, apparently if you play all like 6 of them or all 7 or whatever, like you make your way through them, it'll grant your any wish. So instead of Travis and Badman killing each other, they end up kind of making a truce where they're going to work their way through the cursed games, because as soon as you play the games, it like pulls them into the system. They're going to play through the cursed games, and once they get like the wish or whatever at the end, Travis will let Badman use the wish to bring his daughter back to life. And so that's what I'm saying. The whole thing is basically this self-contained story. You're walking through these indie games. There's a lot of references to other Suda 51 titles. There's other characters that show up, all these references, etc. And basically the whole story is Badman and Travis teaming up, and they're playing through the games. And the games are kind of like a hack and slash thing. They're like a 2D side scroller sort of thing. And along the way, you find out that there's this whole thing about how they were using this to like brainwash people. And the last like level, you infiltrate the CIA. It goes like really weird places. But like I said, mostly it's its own self-contained story. So it doesn't really matter, right? What does matter is that once you guys get all of the balls, they use them to try to bring Bad Girl back to life, but one of them is a fake. So unfortunately, when they try to bring her back, she originally comes back as a tiny chihuahua with blonde hair. And that's where the game ends, where she's just like really like barking at Travis. She hates him and she's barking at him. And it's kind of like, you'll have to wait till the DLC to see how they fix the issue. And that's kind of where the game ends, right?
Yeah.
When that happens, Shinobu shows up. And basically all she says, it's really mysterious. She says, Master, you're needed back at Santa Destroy. There's enemies that are really strong. And, Santa Destroy needs you. And Travis basically kind of like when he talks to Sylvia at the end of the second game, he says, yeah, Santa Destroy needs me. I'll be there, something like that. That's where the game ends. Flash forward to the second piece of DLC, and you do finally get the correct ball. You guys do get your wish to come true. And here is Bad Girl. She is resurrected, and she just hangs out here on Batman's car. And her dad, you play through a piece of a visual novel where you get his whole backstory. He used to be a pitcher for this team, but then I don't remember what happened. I think he lost a lot of money because he became a drunk. And so he got kicked off the team. He got into debt. He became a hired killer. They used a bat to kill enemies. But then this one guy that he worked for, basically he would use the money to give it to Bad Girl, who at the time was Charlotte, to put her through school. But little does Batman know that when he was on a mission, the guy he was working for took her hostage and basically electrocuted her and almost killed her until he made her snap. And she became a killer.
Oh.
So that's her tragic backstory. She was a normal girl until the guy went, I don't know. If Batman's such a crazy killer, let's see about his daughter. And yeah, he basically made her snap until she became a killer. And it's interesting because in the visual novel, you see that it talks about how Batman would watch all of her fights. Someone would send him the files on his phone anonymously. And he watched all of her fights. And he watched when Travis killed her. And it was really sad. And that's when he decided that he wanted revenge. And so now, Bad Girl's back, and her dad, they're kind of awkward around each other because they're such different people. But, he says that all he cares about is that she's back. And for now, him and Travis, they're fine, I guess.
Nice.
So quick recap. Bad Girl is back. She was resurrected. Her and her dad, they're kind of estranged because they're such different people, but they're happy to still have each other around. They're both still happy, the other's alive or whatever. Shinobu is back. She says that there's some sort of enemies that she needs our help with. And besides that, Travis plays through these games. There's some whole conspiracy with the CIA, but all of that will tie into the third game. Now, real quick, jumping into the motorcycle, this is where we access our visual novels. Like I said, when it comes to the last visual novel, this is the one where stuff shows up that will tie into the third game. So that's where we're going to load it up. We're going to go to the 7th scenario, and we're going to read through it. And hopefully that'll kind of catch us up of what to expect in the third game, right?
No thanks.
Well, too bad. Well, too bad. So start the scenario. This is about overwriting data because I already defeated it before. All right. So yeah, it's a whole visual novel. It's so weird. All right. So this one's called On the Eve of War, right? All right. So it's loading up. So it says trailer. All right. So you can hear little sound effects. It sounds all retro and stuff. I don't know why they decided to do it this way. So Shinobu, Master, please wake up. Travis, huh? Shinobu, we're surrounded. Assassins, huh? I'll take them out real quick. And Shinobu says, they're not exactly that sort of bunch. See for yourself. Oh, and this one, Jean talks now.
Oh, nice.
So she's like, Jean, Travis, don't go. Then Travis says, looks like I got no choice. Keep the fort, Jean. And then Shinobu, I'm counting on you. And I'll stop saying the names. You guys can see the names. It's fine. So I'll just go back. I'll just read it. So she says, I'll protect my master. And then Travis gets mad. He's like, fuck off. I'm not so old. I need protection, okay? So there we go. So this is who showed up. It's Henry. So this is where you've been hiding out, little brother. You look simply pathetic. Henry, I don't see you for a while, and all of a sudden, you're sporting a new personality, huh? So we can't obviously hear it because it's a visual novel. It's just the picture. But apparently what's implied is that he's talking in a different tone, and his outfit is supposed to be totally different.
Hmm.
So that's why Travis is confused, because he's like, why does Henry look so different? Why is he talking different? All right, so we'll get to that in a moment. So Henry says, they say summer vacation helps kids grow up. It's basically something like that. Hilarious. So you brought some goons and you're here to kill me, huh? And it says, seeing you like this, I'm not even sure if I can anymore. And it says, don't you worry about me. If you go no business here, then you can fuck right off. So desperate to escape from reality that you'd go run off to the game world. Such a shame. So yeah, people know that for whatever reason, Travis has been like kind of hiding out in the game world. They know he's been hiding. So it's not exactly a secret.
Jeez, everybody knows what the heck Travis is up to like all the time.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, right? But he's not that hard to track down, I guess. Like he leaves a trail, you know. So he says, such a shame. What are you doing here? What's it matter to you? He says, that depends on your answer. Henry thought he'd give you a little jump start. See how he's talking in third person? So obviously something is up with Henry. Henry, sounds like someone had a shitty summer vacation. Are you high or something? I saw this movie. This super yoked guy with a hammer calling himself a god battles his enemies. The kind of thing you hear about in ancient myths. This god, he has a little brother who's a real dick. He's got a real knack for causing trouble. The big brother and little brother end up facing off. And they realize, oh hey, the real enemy was actually a family member this whole time. That's when I remembered that I too had a bad little brother. Thought that as a big brother, I should come and straighten your ass out. So I changed my hairstyle. Not just your goddamn hairstyle. These guys are the elite members of my Order of the Emerald Knight. So that's kind of weird. So he has a group now, maybe even a cult.
All right.
I see all these different guys. They're pretty generic looking, honestly. It says they're pretty formidable. So what are you gonna do? You want to try your hand with these guys? Shinobu, are you part of this? I'm sorry, Master. I was careless. We took the liberty of following that chick. So that's how they track Shinobu. And a creepy asshole. Henry will be taking his leave now. So he keeps talking in third person. So something's up. See you again sometime. Oh, I mean, you know, if you're still alive. Wait, so are these guys a souvenir for me? Feral animals should be sent back out into the wild. You can't beat us. The X mark laughs. And this mark, right. It says, that guy got real dark, huh? And that's not darkness. That's fucking savagery. Hey, Master, what do we do with these guys? I don't want them fucking things up here. Let's go somewhere else. So the Dragon Ball Z style thing. In that case, let's go to my dojo. This way, you two. Yep, so Shinobu has a dojo now, apparently. That's what I'm saying. This kind of, gives you insight into the next game. So this guy's name is Cass. This guy's name is Rumors. All right, so it says we're on Skid Row now. So Travis says, so you live here? And she says, it's ghetto and filthy and stinks, right? But this is a place where people can simply be themselves. I see. So this place kind of drew you in, huh? I've opened up my dojo to the kids in this town. I not only help them learn martial arts, I also teach them Bushido, maintaining good spirit, technique, and physical condition. So that's kind of what she's been up to in this time. She ended up going to a poor town, opening a dojo, and she's been helping all these kids.
Okay.
It says, as mentality makes the person. In order to help those kids on the right path, I do what I can to protect the dojo. It says, you're really grown up, Shinobu. Master, I believe that one day you will come back to this side of the world. Until then, I plan to continue maintaining the dojo. Let me ask you something. You still working as an assassin? And then there are too many terrible people in this world. So the money you make from killing them trickles down to the kids in this town. And if those kids are happy, then that's cool. If they find out just how dirty that money is, well, you know what would happen. Anyway, I don't mean to preach or anything, but listen, don't you ever let those kids see what kind of shit you're getting up to. Got it? Yeah, so she's still working as an assassin. That's the crazy part. But it makes sense. I mean, how do you earn money if that's what you're good at, right?
OnlyFans.
Yeah, why is it showing OnlyFans? You're right, damn. I won't. Or what if those are the filthy things she's talking about that she does?
Ooh, all right.
I won't. Not even a glimpse. Good. Keep it that way. So as I'm saying, so this is really interesting. Even though it's kind of in the middle of a spin-off, it is interesting to see what these characters have been up to. So Shinobu's really grown up and she has a dojo and she helps all these kids, which is cool. So she says, we're here. This is the dojo. Not bad. These are some well-behaved kids, huh? Yes, they're all really good kids. I mean, we don't get to see them, but it's implied we're looking at them. I pray that they use the power they've attained here for good. Power corrupts. You gotta watch out for it or it'll crush you. Keep things simple. As long as the kids have a safe place to play, that's good enough. And she says, Master. Yeah, so there we go. We see the little kids. See, all the little kids are talking about all the stuff they've been up to. She's telling them to gather around, etc. I don't know what Osu's supposed to be. She says, today you guys really Osu'd it. Let's get our Osu on again tomorrow. I guess this is like a made up thing she made up. I don't know what it means.
Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna skip over it though.
Yeah, it says Sensei, is this guy Osu? Yeah, he's pretty Osu. Maybe it's like her word like Moe. She just made up a word, I guess. Wow, that's the Osu. Hey, what the hell is this Osu thing? Master, don't worry about it, Osu. Osu. I don't know, it's stupid. Anyway. Okay, so anyways, this is where they're gonna fight. So he says, hey soldier, how much longer are you gonna make me wait? You said he's the younger brother, so I'm being patient, but still. It says, we'll wait until the kids take off. Yeah, once the kids leave, you go ahead and do your thing. Osu. Yeah, so the little kids are just freaking out. All right, so the kids are about to leave. And then Shinobu says she'll take both guys on herself. Yeah, it's weird. Like, he says, you want me to take these other assholes then? So I guess there's more than just the two guys, even though we don't see them, which is kind of weird. Yeah, they're going to fight. Unfortunately, we don't get to see it because it's a cutscene thing. Oh, but here we go. Mr. Black Hole. So I don't know if you know anything about the third game, but the third game is going to be about aliens invading the planet. So this is where we get an introduction. Look at that. There's some aliens right here. Yeah, see? So they're complaining about stuff. But see, like right there. The prince really rides our nuts sometimes, man. You talking shit about the prince now? You really are a fucking lowlife, you know that? So as I'm talking about how this ties into the third game, they are referencing some sort of prince. And, without spoiling it, I mean, the game isn't even out yet. But if you look up the trailer for the third game, it has to do with some alien prince that comes to Earth. And he basically brings his friends. And he says, we're going to destroy the Earth unless people take part in the new Assassins thing. And they have to defeat us in order to protect the Earth. So this is where we get a bit of an introduction to them. See, he's like, who the hell are you? We're aliens, Dodoy. We got a problem with that? And what are a couple aliens doing here? And what should we know? We just got sent here or something. No, man, he's got it all wrong. We were trying to take over this planet. So we brought this app that wipes out shit that would get in the way. And when we use the search function, it brought us here. Yeah, see, take over the planet, huh? Yeah, so I'll just skip through it. It's just a lot of dialogue, a lot of confusion back and forth. But basically, like I said, the important part is that this is where we find out that basically Henry has this cult / group called the Emerald Knights or something like that. And they are under the aliens' control. They're working with them. So that's the reason that Henry was acting so weird and brainwashed. He's with these guys. See? And so, yeah, there's all these robots and aliens showing up. Travis is fighting them. And like I said, it's just a lot of setting up for the next game. But at the time, it was just so weird when you get to this part. Because you're just why is there aliens here? Why is there yeah, see right there, she said, is this setting up for the next game? I just clicked through it. And so that's where, they fight or whatever. So. All right, so we're going to skip through this. But yeah, it's a lot of dialogue, just them confused about all this. Oh, and also the system that we were using, the video game system, basically here it becomes sentient and we're fighting it. And we're challenging the video game system that's sentient to a wrestling video game to defeat it. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
It's stupid. I'm saying you have to be there. See, look, the game's talking about how we use suplexes and a bunch of stuff. See, I've been playing Fire Pro for 25 years. There's no way I'm gonna lose. Anyway, so we'll skip through that. But yeah, this part's where it gets so weird. They introduce aliens. They introduce like a whole weird cult. They introduce the video game system becoming sentient. And this is the part I want to get to. So I accidentally mashed through it. But he said that the last death ball, because this takes place before they resurrect Bad Girl, he said the last death ball is in Townsend Manor. Do you remember when the robot in the second game came out of the manor and I said, oh, looks like Travis owns Death Metal's mansion now. Remember that?
Yes.
So look who's living at the mansion. Jean, huh? Daddy? Jean, is that you? That's Travis's daughter.
Oh, that's so cute.
Remember we saw her before and we were like, I'm telling you, like they'll mention her later and like whether she's like Travis's daughter or not.
Yeah.
This is weird confirmation. Jean is his daughter.
Good.
So yeah, Jean, is that you? And Jean's like, what are you doing here, Daddy? I came to see Mommy. Do you know where she is? I think so. She's probably in the back. But hey, Daddy, pick me up. Pick me up. Right now? Right now, pick me up. Okay, come here. Yay. Oof. You're getting so big. So yeah, because I mean, if you think about it, Daddy, you're smelly. Smelly? What's smelly? All of you. Yeah, because you know how he's kind of, hanging out in like a trailer away from his family or whatever to keep him safe?
Yeah.
So that's what she's like, he's smelly because he's just kind of, kind of hobo. He's kind of a hobo right now. He says, hey, Jean, I'm going to go see Mommy now, so let's play together next time, okay? When? Tonight? Tomorrow? The next day? In a month. Is that okay? Yeah, in a month then. So yeah, she's used to not seeing him a lot, I guess. It's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Good girl, Jean. So you're a VTuber now, huh? Oh yeah, she's a VTuber apparently. It's really weird. So you're a VTuber now, huh? You know what? I still only have 6 million subscribers. If you buy me a toy, I'll get 3 million more. Jean, that's some dangerous stuff, We'll talk about it next time. Like, that's the whole point. He's not really hanging out with his family to keep them safe. I mean, while his daughter is just becoming a VTuber and she's like out there in public. So poolside. Sylvia, welcome to the Garden of Madness. She's dressed up like a cowboy this time, I guess. Weird, right? You're looking good. Nice work finding this place. It's where we promised. Was it that kind of promise? Anyway, whatever. And he says, I'm sorry. It's my fault you've had to live on the run. It was me who put you on this path. Yeah, as I'm talking about. So he kind of like stays away from the family as much as he can to keep them safe, which is kind of weird. So it was me who put you on this path, and I was actually kind of honored that you become the world's most expensive bounty. I don't hate this life I have now, but it feels like I've lost my true self. In that case, you have no choice but to get back up above ground and return to that world of blood. So what about you and the kids? Oh, notice that. Kids. You'd be in constant danger. That's just fate. But the kids and I aren't weaklings, Somewhere deep down in our subconscious, we can feel it. Our own fates. I'm thirsty for blood, like a tiger's instinct suddenly awakening. My soul is boiling hot, like boiling miso ramen. That analogy sucks. It doesn't make any sense. She's gotten so big. Jean was so happy. I get to see Daddy today. Where's Hunter? There we go. So that's his other kid, Hunter. So he has a daughter and a son. This is the first time we found out about the son, though, which is so interesting. I love this part when I got to it. He's out camping with the Boy Scouts. So he's still in the Scouts, huh? That's good. All right, then. I'm going to go. Hey, aren't you forgetting something? I've got a mindfulness appointment. I have to hurry back or I'm going to be late. You're thirsty for blood, aren't you? If you take down that challenger, you can get that death ball. Don't hold back or you're gonna get killed. What? Yeah, so Death Metal Jr. Nice, right? It makes sense, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so he says, I'm Death Metal Jr. I've come to avenge my father. Now draw your sword. He's like, no way. He's all confused. Stick the death ball in there. Travis touchdown. By the wrath of my father, I'm going to tear you limb from limb. So that's how it's going to be. In that case, let's get fucking crazy. Unfortunately, like I said, you don't get to see it, which kind of sucks. Finn, yeah, that's it. You don't get to see it. And all right, so it's implied he does defeat him though, because you get all the death balls. So Jin says you collected all 6 death balls. little thing.
Yeah.
And Sylvia, I've got a bad feeling something is closing in. Travis. All right, and that is where, like I said, that's where you get all the death balls. You then use them to resurrect Batgirl, and then that's basically where the game ends. But as you can see, that chapter is very interesting because, like I said, it sets up quite a few things. It introduces the aliens. It introduces the fact that Henry's like brainwashed and he has like his own cult / like assassin group. It sets up the fact that Batgirl is back. And if you look in the trailer, she and Shinobu seem to be on your team, which is really weird. I'm not sure why. I would think that Batgirl maybe would be mad at Travis, but apparently for some reason she is a part of your group in like the trailer. So that's interesting. It sets up that Travis did in fact marry Sylvia at some point, and they did have kids. So he has a daughter and a son. And
Named Hunter.
Yeah, Hunter.
Hunter seems... I'm surprised there wasn't another, like, what was the name of his master?
Oh, Thunder Rio?
Yeah, something similar to that, because Hunter seems a bit random.
Maybe
know what I mean?
Sylvia picked the name?
No, Sylvia doesn't get to pick.
Jeez. Yeah, but you think he would have called him like Ryu or something, right? But
yeah,
I don't know. But there you have it, guys. So that is basically the recap. So like I said, I'm not saying don't play this game. This game is really fun. It is really interesting. It's just that it's kind of, like I said, it's a spin-off. It's very different. It's about making your way through like indie games. Each of them have their own play style. It's very much a hack and slash. It's very different. But I would say, if you have the chance, do play this game on your own time. It is really fun. It has a lot of really cool stuff. Like you get to play as... if you get all the DLC, you get to play as Travis, you get to play as Batman, you get to play as Shinobu, and you get to play as Batgirl. And everyone has like different moves and different styles and stuff. So that is really fun. Another thing that's really fun is as you play, you get to unlock all of these indie shirts. So it's all of these different indie games. So that's really fun. So if you have like indie games that you like to support or whatever, getting to see all the shirts is really fun. So that's really cool. Speaking of which, though, there are some shirts that aren't indie I want to show off real quick. Yeah, so you can get some Zelda shirts. That's really cool.
Nice.
Yeah, see, Majora's Mask and stuff. So yeah, you get to collect shirts, which is really fun. You get to get all these different moves, which is really cool. You have 4 different people to play as, etc. And like I said, the way that if you've ever played any more Suda 51 games, the way it ties into the bigger universe where there's a bunch of references to other characters and games, that's really fun too. Like if you've ever played like Killer is Dead, Mondo Zappa shows up. If you've ever played Diabolical Pitch, which is like this old like game he made, one of the guys from that game shows up. Like all sorts of characters show up. So it just feels like a huge love letter to the director of the game. You know what I mean? And like the whole work of his. So it's really cool.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys, but there you go. Like I said, that's basically the recap. So all you guys really need to know is by the end of this game, Travis and Batman, they are, allies. They're what do you call it when the relationship's kind of strained, but they like they kind of are working together. What do you call it? It's a what relationship?
I can't think of the word right now.
Yeah, it's like a something relationship where they can stand each other. They don't hate each other. But yeah, so Batman and Travis, they can stand each other. Shinobu, of course, is back. As you can see, she's grown up. She has her own dojo. She protects a lot of kids. That's really cool. Bad Girl is back. She got resurrected. And we'll see how that works because I think she still has like her 23-year-old body, but like her mind is like 33 years old, which is kind of weird. And like I said, she is working with Travis. So we'll see why she decided to not be mad at him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like I said, in the next game, it is implied that, it's about defending the universe because this time aliens are taking over. And if we don't defeat them, they are going to destroy the Earth. So the stakes definitely get higher every time.
I mean, I don't know if they make a fourth one when this like old man Travis, he'd have to be protecting the galaxy? Or
I mean, it's already the world. He's fighting people from different galaxies. So I don't know, man. We'll see where it takes him. Alrighty there.
Yes.
Yeah, I was all right, but there you have it. Guys. If you like what you saw, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hopefully, I filled in enough information that, like I said, it kind of bridges the gap between the second and the third game. And like I said, hopefully soon we will dive into that third game, that third title, and hopefully we'll start putting out some episodes soon enough. As always, thank you, Terrific, for being here. Thank you, Terrific.
Yeah, man, no worries. I'll actually not be a jerk this time.
Thank you. And you just instantly go back to being a jerk, watch.
Yeah.
Oh boy. There you have it, guys. We'll see you next time with No More Heroes 3. Be excited. I know I am. Bye-bye.
Bye.